Hi, I'm Henry Yin, and I'm the author of The Great Game XXI, which is a book about how we can use Sun Tzu's ancient wisdom to resolve the China-Taiwan crisis. This is part 2 of this video series, and this video will be about how we can achieve lasting peace in Taiwan. The first step to achieving peace is to begin negotiations. The United States can act as a mediator, bringing China and Taiwan to the diplomatic table to discuss their differences. Sun Tzu once stated that the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. While this quote in this context doesn't imply an absolute victory of one country over the other, Sun Tzu is saying that both China and Taiwan can peacefully achieve their strategic interests through peaceful means. To reduce tensions, both countries should cease making any provocative statements or comments or taking any aggressive military actions. Both countries should respect each other's sovereignty. Therefore, China should stop flying warplanes over Taiwan because the warplanes are entering Taiwan's airspace. In addition, Taiwan and Western powers should stop criticizing China because that only invites further backlash from China. Now that tensions have been reduced, we can talk about solutions. One solution can be forming a trade deal between China and Taiwan. If the countries become economically intertwined, there is less likely chance of future conflict. The ECFA is a perfect example of this, and the trade deal signed in 2010 offered benefits to both countries. In any agreement, there must be a specific outline on democratic ideals both countries must respect and follow. A war across the Taiwan Strait would have a devastating impact on the local people, and both countries must respect human rights. Eric James, a lecturer at the University of San Diego, says here that he warns of grave human rights consequences if an invasion were to occur. There should also be strong communication channels between China and Taiwan so both countries can effectively communicate with each other during times of crises. This is similar to how the US and USSR had a telephone hotline to communicate to each other during the Cuban Missile Crisis. China and Taiwan should try to adopt some of these crisis management strategies. Number 1. To slow down a potential crisis of an arms race, do not escalate beyond the level the other country reached. Number 2. Do not negotiate with a zero-sum ideology, which is the belief that one person's gain must be another person's loss. Do not pressure the other country into conflict. Number 3. Maintain peace by being quiet and not provoking the enemy. Number 4. Work to form one agreement at a time instead of trying to tackle the entire issue at once. Number 5. Think ahead about unintended consequences. Other countries in the region should be involved in talks as well, including South Korea, Japan, the Philippines, Russia, North Korea, and more, because this issue can affect the stability of the entire region, so all countries should work together to meet each other's needs. That's the end of the video. Thank you everyone for listening. And if you're interested in buying the book, the link to buy the book is in the description.